Alright. Make certain everything's working. Okay, why did that do that? Okay, that was interesting. Graphical glitch thing am I in? Alright. So last time went to the prison complex, learned of all the heresy was going on there and put a stop to it. Saved Winterscale and never actually got to meet him despite the fact that that was arranged. Actually, let me go to the internet real quick and see if there's something I was supposed to do to trigger that. Yeah, okay, cool. So the guy just doesn't appear? Interesting. So, now we're going to the navigator's place. To visit the navigators, who are being strangely quiet. Alright. So let's see here. Let's go check out Europe 5 and see what's going on with the navigators. Lord Captain, reporting the heralds of the Navis Nobilite The heralds of the Navis Nobilite continue to maintain box signs, perhaps due to Europe 5 being off limits to visitors. We intercepted the signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. Commands are clear. We're turn the ship around immediately. We've also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station docks. Presumably these are remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the steamed Navis Nobilite requires aid, and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmissions. Contact station again. I will negotiate personally. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The station does not reply even after an official greeting by rogue trader. Negotiating with your intent to negotiate in person. Or the Augur crew to scan the station. Lord Captain. Vox remains silent for a while, but then you hear static and Vigdis's measured voice. The officers from the Augur crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We are able to ascertain that the reactor core station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. Signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So the question remains, why are this team navigator heralds ignoring us? Oh, you can't save me the conversation. Okay. Well, I'll have to save at the start, so if this screws me over somehow. They are clearly in need of aid, so let's go give aid. Orders the crew to commence stocking with the station. Criminal Cabinet, we do not know what is happening at the station, so you'll have to look for the steam navigators blind. Dock safely and may the God Emperor light your path. Yeah, we got blood on the walls, we got dead people.
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
This Councilor Celia. This is you be consigned to oblivion for Jensen's mortal emperor and deliver your servants from peril. Prayers will not help you, servant of the damned. In the name of House Orcelia, I command you to execute the infidels. That was a very dangerous shotgun blast. A step further. As we have some strange guests in the station. Tall man stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood's trickling down the pearly scales of his weary face, not just his own blood. Two jet black unblinking eyes are watching your every move, and the third one, the mark of Navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid in the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I will unleash all the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. Ablard, if you would be so kind. Sensual takes a deep breath. Before you stands his lordship, the rogue traitor, Lashman Valencius, heir to the great Praetorian and the Gorgon's expanse, and bearer of the sacred warrant of trade. Let me point out that noble custom requires the Lord Navigator to introduce himself first, but given the unusual circumstances of the station, his lordship, the rogue traitor, is willing to turn a blind eye to your hostility, but just this once. In this case, I shall turn a blind eye to your unceremonious invasion, but just this once. There's a dangerous glint in the man's dark-shrouded eyes. Very well, let me introduce myself. Before you stands Philip and Christoph August, keeper of this place. So you do not have a right to offer support to the traitors. This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that York 5 is a holy sanctum for House Orcelio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say you are not on the guest list. Navigator looks at his guards and winches. The guards are quivering as if their tormented flesh were being flayed, but they keep clutching their weapons. Provide me with a navigator and I'll immediately depart the station. Do not think this is possible. York 5 is an observation station. We do not sign contracts and do not provide navigators. Delve into the depths of infinity and chart the movements of the warp storms, and besides, feeling gestures at the disorder around him, have chosen an inopportune time for negotiations. Looking for the Lord Inquisitor's interrogator, one Henrik von Kollux. Do you know anything about his present location? The Lord Inquisitor's interrogator? I think I would know if such an important individual decided to pay us a visit. Why would a keeper of the station command vile mutants condemned by the Emperor? Blame lies with Theobald Orzelio, the second keeper of Yorick 5. The old man was a great navigator, but he could no longer control his powers. I begged him to retire, but he was too obsessed with our mistress, Lady Cassia. His madness and stubbornness spelled doom for the entire station, for he opened his third eye in a fit of rage and unleashed the horrors of the warp on those who displeased him. The Theobald I knew would never have used his powers in such a reckless manner. This would be difficult to explain to the uninitiated, but I'm going to try. The warp currents in the system have been tumultuous for dozens of cycles, and have worn the veil between our world and the Immaterium thin and frail, at least here on the station. The ruinous powers are trying to tear it down completely and corrupt all living things. The servants were the first to fall victim to it. Though their bodies morphed in pain and despair drove the poor souls mad. The lunatics took my mistress prisoner and almost destroyed the station, but I rallied the few who still follow the light of the Golden Throne to set things right. Lord Navigator here is speaking the unvarnished truth. I bet the station is full of voices and whispers, all trying to break through from the other side, waiting for you to reach out and swing the door wide open. I sincerely hope the influence of the Immaterium has not yet affected your body and your soul. With all due respect, I advise you to not remain at the station. Return to your void ship. I need to save Lady Cassia. If you are not willing to help, or indeed risk your life, you must leave now. What kind of help are you talking about? I would never ask you for such favor and under different circumstances, and yet, Felix takes his hand away from his ribcage, notices blood and winches in pain. And yet, Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. I haven't got many people left. My wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swiftness. But you may actually succeed. In order to ascend to the mistress's chambers, you will need to remake a holy art relic sanctified with the blood of Lady Arzelio herself. It's a control rod of the elevator machine spirit. I have one part, and the other was lost during the mutiny. But even the relic would be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. How do I remake the control rod? I have a phylactery containing the mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the laboratory, which is located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help to rebuild the rod. Tech priests ceaselessly performed the rites of appeasement so that the machine spirit would serve the house in its time of need. Fateful hour is now upon us. So I'm supposed to power the elevator. The station's main cogitator is situated in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. Why is stream having issues? Crap. Alright, my internet's a bit slow because of all I'm doing, but it's not broken. Oh, it seems to have stabilized itself. Weird. Why do it be like this? Well, seems to have stabilized now. So continuing on. The station's main cog chair is located in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. Guess that makes sense. Don't see the reason for this question. He already answered. He's injured. He's injured and low on men. Is that an eyeball? Yeah, get out of here. Now why should I help you? Because I need a navigator. Does it make sense? So why have you decided to send up the Von Valencia's life? The woes of your house upset the balance of power in this part of the galaxy. I'll help you if not for the sake of profit, but for the good of the Imperium. Well, honestly, if this place falls, then navigation goes to absolute crap, which in the Kronos Expanse is already crap. Also, it builds good relations, to be nice. No, Philip nods curtly. You should hurry then. We will stay here to hold the line and click our wounds. Good luck, Rogue Trader. May the Emperor's light be with you. Yo.
Over.
Corpses are mauled by a force far beyond any mortal capacity. Faces are twisted in pain and the hands are fused. Faces twisted in pain and the hands are fused with improvised weapons, tools, scissors, and cutlery.
I always keep my options open.
Oh, multi-key.
I always have a backup plan.
Alright, athletics.
White. Bright, pure color. And it's all riddled with horrible veins that carry the poison of fear and pain throughout its body. Who are you? Why are you crying?
If the witch is talking about the enemies of humanity who set upon this abode of noble navigators, then our weapons will soon dispel their wicked misery.
Okay.
Unexpected result.
Damn, someone gave the veil between the worlds a good thrashing not too long ago at that. I think our guests from the other side are seeking to break through to our world. The Blade Navigator statue looks pristine and new.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, we got some mutants over here. Ah, protect the child.
I'll make an example out of you.
To the dead!
Got some traitors. And two that were, what, dead? Warp reanimation. Creature gains +5 minimum damage, +6 maximum damage. Oh, holy crap. That's some damage. Abelard, where are you on the list? Pretty low, so go to there. Adira. To here, so you have full cover. At least for most of them, I believe. Move up. It seems like a good positioning. Let's go.
Break their morale!
I must not fight you.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Completely slaughtered his own people. They don't have line of sight of them. No. They have. Oh, we're flanked.
Who if not me?
Just a minor setback.
Onward!
My faith strengthens me.
Guided by faith. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Well, looks like I got rid of the mutant. The reanimation one.
Weather the storm. Pain cleanses the body. Moving out. Follow my lead.
It will be done. Indeed.
I must not falter. Onward!
Oh, and Abelard parry. Have such a high chance to parry.
Will do.
Put an analysis on them to increase damage they take. And
What
fry
of
all those
course.
suckers.
Be gone. On it.
Stay vigilant.
Holy crap, you suck! You have killed more of your own people than I have.
Weapon at the ready.
It's nothing. From the ashes, I will rise.
my ears are ringing.
Come on, Abelard, parry, please. I've given you so much stuff for parry.
Break them around.
I refuse. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. Doubt is for the weak.
It will be done.
Come on.
At your beck and call.
Will do.
I won't stand for it. On it. I'll make it happen. Chance.
I've suffered worse.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Victory is imminent.
How many more times? I have a 75% chance to hit, and I missed 3 times in a row.
High momentum.
Alright, she has an injury. Subject conversation between security officers. Tremendous honor. Yes, but this... Yes, but this promotion will transfer the entire squad to the child's personal guard by the God Emperor. While you are a strapping lad, you will probably make it for a Select Floor 3. It has worn down better men than me. What even is the point if your brains turn to mush? I may rip out my eyes like Almos did. At best, I'll just go bonkers like that little... shit's name that kept stealing our low. Oh, what happened to that one? Threw himself out of a depressurized chamber because some voices told him to. Calm down. Keeper Felix said the squad will have... Keeper Felix said the squad will not have to serve the child for long. He even gave us a little leeway. Unlike that fish-eyed. Be quiet, he might hear you. You know what I mean. He almost busted our heads because someone forgot to check the catering unit. Haven't let in a single outsider in over 10 years, but Keeper Theobald keeps finding things to fret over. Imagine the shrieking if he finds out Keeper Felix didn't make us inspect the hangar after Lord Winterscale's most recent visit. God forbid I try to steer clear of the squabbles among the Highborn. Some of Keeper Felix's orders make little sense, since the last time he commanded to cut off communications with Reich and Menors for a while. Why would you do that? Looks like you retired the Winterscale Scion's visits. Well, it's always a pleasure to aid Keeper Felix. That's right, the Highborn have grown tired of each other and let them deal with it. What's up with Felix? Well, treaties at most is first from Miller. Yep. Let's use his questions on the training of worthy servants of the court of the Navis Noble. Good Major Domo attempts to nurture only the finest of flowers in the garden that is their master's life. Therefore, new seeds for the garden must be weeded out with the utmost care, so that the garden's trees may yield the sweetest fruit. The lessons below will help you separate the precious seeds and the vile thorns to cultivate the perfect garden for a new lady navigator. Faithful servant always makes sure their mistress' room's garden is clean. A faithful servant will never offer their mistress the same dress presented earlier in the cycle. Faithful servant offers their mistress a glass of fresh water upon waking. Faithful servant tastes each dish and every drink before serving it to the mistress. Faithful servant will have mastered the art of styling the mistress's hair. The total time that 5 servants can spend on arranging the mistress's coiffure should not exceed 3 revolutions of the chronometer. Lesson 6. A faithful servant lives for their mistress and gladly gives their life for her as well. Lesson 7. A faithful servant.
Keep your wits about you.
A little incoherently.
I always get
Those
the
who
job
unfortunately
done.
took their own lives by slicing their guts wide open. Oof.
Is there money to be made?
Hey, what's that?
Mutated flesh sample. Meteorite chunk. Ripper auto pistol. Higher armor penetration. Increased range, rate of fire, max ammo. Yeah, I'll take that fire ninja.
Just as I planned.
Statue by the famous Collexium sculptor and chronicler Zachary Saverna, the Magnificent One. The 23rd year of this millennium original. Apparently that was enough for me to level up. Okay. Abilities. Joint analysis until operatives next turn. Their allies' attacks also remove exploits and deal into bonus more damage. For the next attack against a target affected by an exploit, the target's cover efficiency will be reduced by -5 plus perspective bonus times stack of exploits. This attack will have +5 plus perspective times stack of implement hit chance. The next non-area attack inflicts an intimidating effect on the first target hit by the attack and all enemies in a 5-cell radius around that target. The damage dealt by intimidated enemies is reduced by that much until the operative's next turn. This negative effect is doubled for enemies with less than that much armor. On cover, the operative gains a plus 25% combat cover efficiency, plus 15 perception, and plus 15 ballistic skill. This effect lasts until the operative moves and does not stack. Operative removes one exploit from each enemy in a 5-cell radius around a point within 10 cells from the operative. If there is only one enemy in the area, the operative removes all exploit stacks from the enemy. All allies gain +2 times exploit remove percent armor until the end of combat. If 4 or more exploits are removed, the operatives gain plus that much damage till the end of combat. Let's take perfect spot. More survivability, which is always good. Logic, tech use, awareness, more Imperium, more Medicating. Just take tech use. Abelard. Characteristic boost. It's up weapon skill. And a common talent. It's like nimble. Foreboding, an area that lasts till starts the second's next turn. All allies within an area gain that much to dodge. Dodge chance cannot be less than Psyker's perception bonus plus willpower bonus %. Requires precedence or foreboding. Psyker Majoris. While these are currently picked by new Psyker pirates, gain the perfect timing effect. An ally under this effect dodges or parries an attack. If this ally has a weapon capable of reaching the attacker and has an attack that costs 1 or less AP, the ally immediately counterattacks with this weapon. Perfect timing effect fades. So round, Psyker's next turn is moved up by 2 turns in the round initiative sequence. This ability may allow the Psyker to have 2 turns during 1 round. Target gains that much to intelligence, perception, fellowship, and willpower until the end of combat. So conscious Psyker immediately gains next turn. During that turn, the Psyker can only use prophetic intervention. This power can only be used under these conditions. It restores the allies' wounds to the amount they had before the attack that triggered the intervention. Psyker's psi rating is reduced by -1 till the end of combat. This power can only be used by Psykers with psi rating of 3 or higher. Last willpower resistance test, -5 times psi rating. Or on their next turn, they will spend all their movement points to move as close as possible toward the Psyker. They can act as no but all their MP are spent and move towards the Psyker. At the end of the turn, the target must make the willpower resistance test again, always they remain under this effect. It's not really good. Any time until the end of combat, the target of Mind Bond, Perception, Intelligence, Willpower, or Fellowship test using either theirs or the Psyker's stats, whichever is higher at the moment. Target makes a... If that test fails, the target immediately attacks its allies. After the target suffers psychic shriek damage and their willpower is reduced by... After the target suffers psychic shriek damage, the willpower is reduced by 10 plus 2 times Psyker's until the end of combat. If the test succeeds, the target just suffers psychic shriek damage and willpower is reduced by that much until the end of combat. Everyone within 7 cell cone in front of the Psyker suffers psychic shriek damage, and the force to make willpower resistance. All the failed tests are stunned until Psyker's next turn. Target makes a willpower resistance test. If it succeeds, the target is merely blinded until the start of the Psyker's next turn. Target fails tests become blinded and suffer an additional -5 times psi rating penalty to all characteristics reduced by blindness. You must make a willpower resistance test at the end of each turn. First success makes them just blinded, then the second section uses a blindness path. And focus on manipulating living flesh and biological process. Biomancers can heal wounds and alter physical characteristics. It's like presidents. And take awareness. Tier 6, what's skill? Eh? You already have this feature. Oh. Perception, strength, willpower. Let's go willpower. Let's give you nimble to increase your dodge chance, because eventually it's going to build up for having you stay at max hit points for as long as possible. Data crypt, H40 KO.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Navigator flesh sample.
The crew continues to mourn Lady Theodora. I fear it may affect the performance of their duties in service of the Lord Captain.
Okay.
In his service, will they find strength and fortitude? Only thus will they turn their hearts away from the frailties that lead to heresies.
I always have a backup plan.
You traders? So many voices. Yeah, protect the child. Get wrecked. Data crypt.
Let us not dawdle. Success is the only
Deep cut
outcome
extends across
I
the mutant's throat, and a
accept.
holy aquila has been carved into their forehead. Traders often execute in this way. Just notice a Naz Lovatorium Custodian Unfortunate Marcellius Part 13. What? Keeper Theobald graciously agreed to provide samples of his skin growth so he could study the influence of the rebellious materium on the flesh of the Navis Nullblade. Just as we thought, navigators are positively resistant to the restless currents of the warp. God Emperor truly does shield some people against corruption and misery, but let us get back to the study of mortal flesh. Another servant will be carried in shortly and must ready the organ extraction equipment. Adamantine dust and black water. This was the worst idea that could have entered my mind. God Emperor be praised, I am lucky to still have my head on my shoulders after this reckless experiment. Nevertheless, we did make an important discovery. The adamantine seems to protect the frail flesh of the lowborn to a degree. Having said that, not even the macerator can handle the temper. So we should probably introduce a more complex compound into the formula. All of the data related to the experiment were recorded in data crypt KO40H. I will get back to them later. So I've done this experiment H41OK. I have that. I mentioned that the chunk of meteorite found by the keeper's phallic subjects is completely useless, although the shining granules could be used to make new paint for the child. Yes, I think I'm going to do exactly that. Okay, so we're getting some information as to what some of this crap is. Like on the cogitator spirit. And the vidscreen is covered in cracks and stained with dried blood. The buttons, switches, and levers are ripped out of the control panel with exceptional cruelty and scattered around this sacred mechanism. Now sparks and hisses and agony, so refusing to perish. Like in the cogitator. Turn a few of the remaining dials and pull the activation level. Cracked vidscreen, the sacred engine flickers. The cogitator's inside emit creaks and groans, and the lumens oscillate at random. Takes a while, but eventually the machine spirits do grant you access to cogitator systems. Quest data on the navigation station's navigators. After a brief pause, the data appears on the vidscreen. Kilic Orcelio, location main hall, status alive. Theobald Orcelio, location upper chamber, status alive. Calomira Orcelio, location upper chamber, status deceased. Alexis Orcelios, location lower level, status deceased. Erasmus Estevan Orcelio, location unknown, status deceased. Which one of these two is the ones we're at? Come on. I think that's a issue. Child, location, upper chambers, biometric parameters, rapid heartbeat, elevated body temperature, stress level exceeds permissible limit, status, unknown error, tension, calming procedure advised, tension, upper chambers inaccessible. Here, the control rod is not present. The rod had been misplaced. Immediately contact the station net keeper, the Navis laboratory, and custodian. What's so special about the child? Why does the child have like a whole page while the rest just have like little snippets? Examine the log. The archive data stored in the concentrated local data crypt is partially corrupted, but you still managed to access residual logs for examination. Box report, whatever. Box recording hisses for some time before you hear a voice. It's Officer A2A2. You copy. Cell generators overheated in the lower levels. Chambers A to D are unpowered. The tech crew sent to investigate problems is not responding, requesting back. And rather than shouting, the recording abruptly ends. Officer H123 speaking. 200 servants have perished due to explosive decompression of the living quarters. We locate traces of mechanical interference. The preliminary cause is officer sabotage. Crews 5, 6, and 9 are cut off in the main compartment. We have enough oxygen for 20 minutes, but then for Sarah's souls. Senior station officers, this is the captain speaking. We attempted to contact the Winterscale Scion for help, but sometimes something is jamming the signal. We never received a reply and cannot be sure it was even sent in the first place. Rescue team is not coming. We are on our own, so remain vigilant. Anyone could be a traitor. You hear me? Anyone. If you are in doubt, shoot to kill. All folks are too badly disordered to make out even a single word. And the recent entries in the incident log. Servants close to the child have started butchering one another again. An order came from above to have their remains pre-processed. The negotiations with the Winterscale site were a success. A new batch of servants will arrive in 10 minutes. Escort them to the laboratory at once. It's imperative that we increase the new retainer's resistance to the child's power. Data sponge. Demonstration stalking log. Log is almost completely corrupted, but you managed to recover the latest entries. Identity confirmed. Reagent Aranto Arcelio. Date of visit classified. Reason for visit classified. Date of departure classified. Aranto Arcelio. Examine security and life support logs. Both flicker to life and a repeating message streams down the vidscreen. Warning, damage to technical compartments A12, B3, DA, H24, detector warning. Living quarters L10, L16, L28, depressurized warning. Unable to access the station's docking system. Warning, energy regulation system unknown error. The station will transfer over to emergency power. Immediate evacuation of the facility is advised. Warning. View the encrypted data. Several red lumens light up. Required level of security captain or above. Current access level senior security officer. Break through the machine guardian's defenses. Use the bypass restrictions imposed on the sacred machine. Processor overloaded processors were unhappily. 20 HP. Most of the encrypted data has been wiped. You find traces of the purge, but recovery is impossible. But lists the most recent commands having been embedded in the machine's spirit's consciousness now flips across the screen in a single creeping light. Child, delete, picked, flow, disable access code, NL station controls, delete, activate, shuttle, self-defense, struck, purge, command log. Code, NL station controls, delete, activate, shuttle, self-destruct, purge, command log. Exploring the archives for a while longer yields a surviving excerpt from the guard captain's report mentioning the security system is recently reconfigured by his knowledge. And his comment reads, "Only keepers of the station have access to the life support system, but Keeper Theobald has not left the child's side. Neither had I." Could it be that to main chambers control? The sacred maxillary training with heavy grinding, clacking. Tired machine spirits grant you access to station control, or at least its parts that still obey the question. Let's come back to this later. Take the machine spirits and reset the operating protocol.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Something ain't right with doing that at the start. Rough, bloody sketch. A crumpled sheet of paper with a drawing of a tall woman and a dark-eyed monster painted with fresh blood.
Keep your wits about you. I always get the job done.
Just stuff. A long glass. Cool. I end up using that. Stuff.
Just as I planned.
Stuff. Let's try out this long las. You can get some new armor.
I always keep my options open. That's how it's done.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
What's this? Level silk gloves. Wear against +5 bonus to persuasion.
Is there money to be made?
I can't actually step over that. Last gun and just a flak chest plate. Yeah. Just secured by a sophisticated mechanical lock. There must be a way to unlock it from somewhere else. Agitator, main chamber controls, open all doors in the level. Those of the dark night flood the mechanical casket, but your assumption is incorrect. It's filled with tag. Just a few moments later, you can barely make out an inscription amidst a flow of rapidly changing symbols. Warning: data corrupted. Processing error. I do not know how to read binary. Just let me check what the crap this means. Okay. So apparently it's not really a puzzle, it's just the names of the doors but in binary. So it's just... the door has already been opened. Already been opened. That compartment trying to open is depressurized. Hatches has been opened. Doors already been opened. Okay.
Let us know, Doddle.
So what was the door that was open that I haven't opened yet? Oh, here it is. Warp Seer's Goggles grants a plus willpower bonus to lower warp. Interesting. Yeah.
I always have a backup plan.
Cast your eye there.
Biogel, vicious translucent substance. Black water. Unidentified acid. Oh, black water, purified sample from the ocean world OM 42K03. Remember black water was talked about in something. Side crystal. Crypt KO407. OH, I mean. Cause expanded regions to also in broken glass countries underfoot. Somebody wanted to destroy his laboratory or find something.
I always get the job
Synthetic
done.
hypnotic fluid pulls across the floor. Barely discernible traces stretched to the side opposite of the entrance. Flesh sample.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Research notes, part 12. More and more servants are being influenced by the materium, and it's nothing to do with the child's more frequent tantrums. We've discovered that the corrupted flesh of the mutated reacts most usually to the crystals we purchased from the Winter Skull Dynasty. During the recommend filing grinding reagent to catalyze reaction. Do not use acid under any circumstances. Trust me, you'll not like having to tend to the burns for the next dozen turns in a row. This calls for something more basic. Oh, and one more thing. The tech priest blessed the data crypt page 41 OK for the calculated number of current turns. Which means it is no longer necessary to remain near the device while waiting for the reaction to start. The data crypt H40KO malfunctioned over the course of our research. I should remind the technobats to deliver the sacred mechanism to Dinos Deoctus' capable hands.
I always keep my options open.
Experiment section. The child's influence in the psycho-emotional state of various representatives of the Imperium. This level of Celio T Prime. Experiment age 45-45-1, subgroup low-born male. Subjects exhibit signs of acute stress. Majority perished of blood loss within a day, being placed in the laboratory chamber due to the inability to halt the discharge of ocular secretions, tears, and the body's subsequent replacement of these secretions with the connective tissues of its internal environments. The individuals with the greatest resistance to the sacred child's resonance died several chronoturns later. Extensive wounds in the abdomen, presumably inflicted by a jagged piece of metal. Death was caused by strangulation with the subject's own intestines. Subjects found with shouts exhibited concerns over abominable tentacles and void worms. Hallucinations prescribed to their own internal organs. Video. 45-45-2. Lowborn female. Test subjects died within an hour of entering the laboratory, adjacent to the child's chambers. Most had their tongues bitten off or their jaws badly dislocated. Some test subjects lacked the physical strength to separate it from the rest of the skull. Ugh. Cause of death, severe head injuries caused by impacting the walls of the floor. Age 45-45-3. Subgroup. Paralyzed patient who lost the ability to speak due to a shock caused by manufactorum. Accident. Male. Such a no tingling sensation in the interior tissue during Regent Aradonio Celio's visit to the child. The test subject smiled and started humming, likely trying to carry some plebeian tune, and then attempted to address a servant who brought him food. A lengthy conversation was prohibitive due to the servant's lack of tongue. Effective offspring of Lord P. Porcelio, pronounced unfit for studying the high art of navigation, owing to the mutation of tissues required for installation of the obligatory augmentations that merges one consciousness with the vessel. Additionally, they display an overall feebleness of mind. Female. Subjects mirrored the child's actions for 3 days. On the 4th day, the child became upset after hearing the news about the untimely demise of almost Contiario, an officer for personal guard. As a result, one of the test subjects peeled away several layers of tissue from her face and died from the resulting massive heart attack. The surviving test subject was executed for attempting to contact the child. Wow. Planting. So we got 3 experiments, each with 3 parts. List of accurate for the calculating number of crown turns, which is on the price. Necessary remain near the device waiting for the reaction to start. Has a go with the corrupted flesh of the mutants. Reacts mostly usually to crystals. Finally, grinding the reagent to catalyze the reaction. Do not use acid. Just means not like Hamilton burns. So for the mutated flesh, set crystal, do not use acid. Pretty KO malfunctioned. So, mutated, crystal, do not use acid, or 41k. Demanding dust, black water, and lowborn for 04. Meteorite found is completely useless. Granula's can be used to make new paints for the child.
What's a peculiar thing?
Let's drop a quick save. Alright, so let's see here. We want to, for 04, we want the black water, flesh sample, the adamantine dust. Okay, I did something wrong. Okay, so what did I do wrong? That's, having said that, not even the very temporal switch. Probably introduce a more complex compound into the formula. Something more basic. What if I input the navigator one instead? Because it's talking about a more powerful thing. Nope. What if I'm missing in one more book?
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. Keep your wits about you. I always have a backup plan. Is there money to be made? Always keep your eye on the prize.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Arrangement my customers for life.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Keep your wits about you.
Time past 10 minutes. Let's save. Strike 41. See if I got that correct.
This is intriguing.
Adaptive antidote. It's immune to toxic damage and inflicts a -10 penalty toughness until the end of combat. Alright, so that was correct. What if I swap those two? Elixir of Warp Neutrality grants immunity to warp damage and inflicts a -10 penalty to fellowship, but the user cannot deal warp damage until the end of combat. Oh, okay. That's right, because 40k is damaged, so 40k, 40 OH or KO.
Let us not dawdle. I always keep my options open.
Alright, let's start up the elevator. Let's click all the wrong buttons. Query confirmed. Activate the elevator.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
It found weight intervals as esteemed.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
It looks a little better. His tangled hair is now neatly braided. His wounds are tightly bandaged and some healthy color under the scales of his cheeks. Though the threat and powered the elevator. Well done. I trust you brought the activation rod as well. Remember, every second of hesitation may cause my mistress her life. Dira suddenly cocks her head and drives her nails deep into her shoulder, and then she starts mumbling. Crossroads. There are two paths, both stained with blood, both leading to the cursed eye. They all wear masks, so poor and flimsy. They fall at the slightest touch, one hiding a blind man, another a traitor. Tell me more. What paths? Cannot say. One is paved with blind faith, the other with hatred and treachery. Both lead to tragedy. You simply have to decide what kind of tragedy you like the most. Who's who? Who do you see behind the mask? The whispers are giggling nastily. They will not speak the naughty little things. They say that tearing off the masks is your concern. Thank you. I did not understand a single word. Nadira nods tiredly and glances at Philip out of the corner of her eye. Station has enough problems. Thought your sorcery, psyker. Nadira often looks so expectant. I have many questions regarding what happened on the station. Think they are worth life from my mistress? Who is the child mentioned in the documents and reports found on the station? You meddle something that should have been left alone. Keeper folds his arms, shakes his head disappointed. The child is what the station servant called Lady Cassia. The commoner's dirty mouth was not solely her name by uttering. See, it is not beneficial for all servants to have their vocal organs altered. Some prove to be more useful when they're still able to speak. Edmund, I thought were convinced that we were the traitors. Gives an indifferent shrug. That's why they're insane. Will you really heed the ramblings of retainers who dare to raise their hand against the science and noble bloodline? Servants alone cannot be blamed for what happened on the station. More corrupts discovered either unarmed or feeble. The warp corrupts not only soul, but just as much the body and the mind. Mad and furious, a single servant wielded more strength than an entire the warp corrupts not only the soul, but just as much the body and the mind. Mad and furious, a single servant wielded more strength than an entire squad of the mistress's personal guards. Bar guards had their minds fogged as well. Their honed will let them hold out just long enough to destroy those who rushed in to assault them with bare hands. Destroying the shuttles, shutting off the power, and disabling security systems. Too many things require special access. Access only available to the keeper of the station. As I'm sure you're aware, there were two keepers of the station. Your guess is absolutely correct. Theobald Arzelia, the demented old man obsessed with Lady Cassia and her power, Also the one to blame for the woes that had befallen Europe 5 in our noble line. So the security captain's report. Only the keepers have access to the station systems, but Theobald stayed at his side the entire time and could not have initiated the self-destruct protocol. Which means he did it before the report was filed, or maybe after, or Felix turned face twists in disgust. You dare suspect me of what happened? The one who's going out of his way to preserve what little there is still left? The God Emperor, you will keep these slanderous accusations to yourself. Listen to a recording a private conversation between the station's officers. You are very lenient towards them, purposely neglecting the security protocols. I was lenient, this is true, and in the end I paid a steep price for it. Just look at the destruction around us. The insurgents have left almost nothing of my home. Spits out the last few words of particular bitterness. Enough lies, Felix. I'm certain that you are the one behind this coup. No, I suppose it's time to remove my mask. Congratulations, you got me. Did you really expect me to be sincere this entire time? To welcome you with open arms? And now we have Tisiphone and her monster? Cursed child who has tormented and navigated the house of Celia for years? Don't make me laugh. You arrived to help her completely destroy our house. You cannot let that happen. What are you babbling about? No, nothing is Tisiphone or monsters of any kind. You do not? Felix hesitates for quite a while. In that case, accept my sincere apology for the deception of my earlier behavior. I had no intention of making an enemy of Von Valentia's heir, nor of destroying the station that served as my home for many years. It left me no choice. I cannot even imagine what monster lurks in the upper chamber. An evil, a plague, a pestilence on our bloodline that seeks to destroy House of Celio from within. And Theobald and his followers, just mindless fanatics serving this evil. Lady Cassia is a scion of merciless tyrant. But is not her relation to Tisiphone is terrifying. She is a monster whose powers drive servants insane in mere turns. A cursed child who killed a navigator from the Celio bloodline with just a look. I alone managed to get close enough to her over the years. She lowered her guard and trusted me. At long last, I rid my house of the curse. This is the truth. Perhaps you're ingratiating yourself to me. Hope I won't let down my guard. Can't change the past, and dare not hope you will ever trust me again. But I swear my words, my apology are genuine. All navigators are abominable mutants and monsters. So what? Clutches the press staff of his hand, resembling a kraken's tentacle. Maybe mutant, and yet monsters may wear many pleasant guise. Do not believe everything you see. Seems like you had no lie. Tell me, do you ever speak the truth? Pity. Felix squares his shoulder and just discards. I was hoping to find an ally in you, but now you are merely delaying the sorrowful end of your story. Prepare to die.
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
None of you shall survive! Anything else?
Was that you? Or
Maintain power. Perils of the warp. Another perils of the warp? What the heck?
will do. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Ow.
At your beck and call. It will be done. Grey hair, sure hand.
Moving out!
Just a minor setback.
Follow my lead! I must not falter!
It's as good as done. Your end was inevitable.
Boom.
Onward! On it. What an unfortunate turn of fate. Anything else? Will endure.
Another perils of the warp? What the heck? Why am I getting so many perils of the warp?
I'll do it.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
What does it even do?
Reduced to dust. At your beck and call. Indeed. I've suffered worse.
Weather the storm!
One fewer target.
You never stood a chance. I'll see to it personally.
Rejoice in battle! As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. Your soul shall become like fire.
Victory is imminent. At your beck and call.
Moving out!
Reduced to dust.
I'll make it happen. Your end was inevitable.
Keeper's control rod. Control rod in the shape of a rotary mechanism. Tactical glasses. Plus 5% chance to hit, plus 3% chance to critically hit. Okay. Armored body glove. Staff of House Orsilio. Alright. For navigators. Deadshot stub revolver. Where's 35 strength? It's really high damage for a pistol. Holy crap.
I always have a backup plan. Is there money to be made?
Sins hidden in the heart turn all to decay.
Alright,
Let
let's
us
go
not
up.
dawdle.
The pale figure of unnaturally long limbs stands with her arms raised, her hands deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continuously streams from her scarlet misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under her disheveled hair, twitch nervously at your approach. Only now do you notice the third eye in the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament. When your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming, soul-smothering power. Fire test succeeded. You're enveloped in despairing grief, and an invisible hand closes around your throat, cutting off your breath. Limbs send to feel lead, your heart hammers in your chest, and the desire to turn and flee from this room, from the station, almost gets the better of you. The last moment, you master your emotions, and your will pushes back against illusion, forcing it to retreat. Here emits something between a moan and a drawn-out whimper. Ow, ow, ow. As if my own little pals weren't bad enough, now this one's barging into my head. Somebody stop her. Heresy. Magenta looks at the tall figure with a strange mixture of anger and sadness. Then she lowers her head and her white hair veils her face. Lady Cassia, I am here to help you. Please calm yourself. She really shakes her head and lets out a drawn-out sound similar to both the sob and the howl of a small wounded animal. What is happening? Will someone call my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you, who are you? Last von Valencius, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. On the easels over her features, she nods cautiously. Pardon my manners, Slash. I did not expect to make such a gracious acquaintance, such a great time of sorrow for our house. What is this? I feel faint. Well, the heavy-set old man who has been kneeling nearby erupts into low sobs. His eyes swollen from crying dart desperately around the room. So the veil of ignorance has just been ripped away from him. Child, Lady Cassia, where are you? Sacred child, throne preserved. Despite his venerable age, the navigator leaps up and rushes to the young woman's side. You, the old man shifts, revealing his face to you. It is threaded with jet black veins, and his bulging, milky eyes bear a striking resemblance to those of a dead fish. A sickly sweet scent assaults your nostrils, as if the old man's flesh is rotting inside his decaying husk. My eyes fail me. They are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I'm warning you. One wrong move will bring the wrath of House of Celia down upon your head. Jot Lord, Captain. This one's so deranged it's making the whispers streak like crazy. You might just open that eye of his. Threatening the head of the dynasty is a grave offense. Esteemed whoever you are, the Lord places a hand on his weapon. At present, I am trying to determine what's happening on Europe 5. I grant that you do not look like the pirates who have come coveting the riches of a reputation, or like scoundrels in Felix's service. So who are you? Lash von Valencius, a rogue trader. Another rogue trader on a corner of the galaxy. How interesting. Kind always making an appearance in desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are perfectly peaceful. So House of Celia is at the service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer. Think on it. You make yourself an ally or an enemy of our house today. You decide. What is the curse that has taken hold of everyone in this room? Curse? You don't understand the sacred gift given to our child. When the child is sad, we all weep. When the child smiles, we all laugh giddily. When the child wants blood, the wall turns crimson. The child's will is the will of the great Tisiphone, for she is the heir of House Orcelio. They call me dangerous, my witchcraft. To know what happened between you and Philip. Philip is my wayward student. He came to Europe 5 as a callow youth. I personally mentored him and trusted him with the care for the child. He was like a son to me, but he proved to be just another traitor. Sought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of our house, our sacred child. To revel in power with others like him, casting our house into the abyss, to pervert the centuries-long tradition of our family. You can see the fruits of his villainy for yourself. He decided he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of the greatest of our navigators, Tisiphone Orcelio, who led our house to prosperity for countless years. This boy that resonates clouded his mind, sought to seize control of the dynasty before the sacred child had come to age and taken up the navigator's throne. Gaelic accused you of treachery, Theobald. Why should I trust your words? Defending myself before strangers, I never thought I would fall so low. The man looked at the moving Cassia and shakes his head in resignation. The child's life were not at stake? Very well, I have no choice. Or proof of my innocence. I can give you my word as a member of the Navis Noblite. If the honest word of an honorable man counts for anything with you, I guarded this station against calamity, encouraging from within to the best of my ability. I forced the wardens to strictly observe security protocols. I personally selected every servant, and faithfully protect the child during the coup. How could you lose control of your own station? Do not thrust my arrows in my face. I am twice your age and twice as wise. Take my advice. Trust no one but yourself and the Emperor. Even those closest to you will betray you for gold, power, or a far-fetched idea of a bright future. What service do you ask of me? Hope glimmers and navigators milky eyes. Save the sacred child. Take her away from the station. I fear I do not have long left. A bluish rivulet trickles down the old man's trim, and he wipes the mutated blood rushingly away with his sleeve. He glimpses strange burns covering his flesh under his clothing. The slightest movement must be causing him unbearable pain. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Aronto, acting head of House Orcelio in the Chronos Expanse. This is sure the reward would be worth your effort. I know we came here for a navigator, but after everything I've seen, I got some reservations about this girl. Argenta looks at Cassia, and a painful furrow appears on her brow. Such a fragile thing with such a heavy burden upon the soldiers. You're talking as though you may expect to die here. The service of the house is coming to an end. The wounds Philip inflicted on my flesh will never heal. I am dying. Raise the throne slowly enough to see the child is taken care of. Need help? There's a Medicaid deck on my ship. Theobald shakes his head. No, I'm the keeper of Uruk 5, and I'll perish along with my station. On that note, I have other matters to attend to. What if I've made my decision? So please share your thoughts. Castioso, come with me. I just noticed, why does Abelard have like a psionic spear through his chest? Yeah, Castioso, come with me. It sounds like she's to be the heir. She's also a navigator that I need. And, yeah. Felix seems crazy, but I think he's, like, on the good side of crazy. Cassius will come with me. Good, that is good. The old man nervously licks his lips, but do allow us to say our farewells. Diego coughs up more bluish blood, stains the armor plate on his chest, but he remains standing. Wake up, my mistress.
My mistress, my sacred child. It is all over now. It is over.
What happened? You. I remember you. Have you come to save us?
Child, please, listen to me very carefully. One last time. You will now embark on a voyage with this lord to rejoin the house and its regent in the Chronos Expanse. I will not be able to accompany you on this journey.
And then old man face, this time from his nose and ear.
No, not you too. Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze. You're coming with me. Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
A wave of despair that is not yours washes over you. Your palms sweat and your heart freezes in panic.
Mistress, I fear this will be your only order that I dare to disobey. I am the keeper of Uruk 5, and alas, I have less than a day left in me. Allow me to serve you one last time and honor my final duty to House Orcelio. I will remain on the station and destroy the secrets it holds.
Oh, Theobald.
And then tears stain the lady navigator's white skin once again. This time her power does not make everyone weep along with her. Regret that I had to meet under such circumstances.
What need have I for your regrets? I just want things to go back to the way they were before. What
What are you going to do to me?
Lady Cassia, let us aid one another. Become my navigator, and I shall restore you to House of Celia at the earliest opportunity.
Do not fear what is to come, child. You are ready to guide any vessel. I know this because I taught you myself. And it is difficult to imagine more worthy company than a rogue trader. But remember, your safety is of paramount importance. Get to the Great Regent and fulfill your destiny.
Accompanying a rogue trader on their travels is an honor for any navigator. Let us go.
I can no longer bear the sight of the deathly pale shadows that drape the bodies of the fallen.
Prayer, and you see the stub of his mutilated tongue. While no one appears to be living in the cage, somebody still filled the trough with dried fruit and fresh water. The painting was written by several different hands. The 10 minutes are lines and interlace of rough and curious strokes coming together in arcane shapes.
They fear to look at me because of my appearance. I fear to look at them because of their rotten-colored souls.
For the navigators. Oh, it's only a code in this. That's cool. Because, the rogue trader system, lives with stairs. It's just devastating. She's an officer. Unknown origin. Had deleted classified missing. Available characteristic. Willpower. Then common talent. As the navigator, suffer +2 times navigator's perception bonus, additional damage from warp damage. The bonus damage stacks for each hit. Every even turn, second, fourth, etc., the navigator gains an additional action point. Every odd turn, the navigator +20 perception. Every enemy the navigator has in their line of sight has its dodge and hit chance reduced by -2 times the navigator's perception bonus. Dang. Navigator starts all turns, including extra turns, with +3 additional movement points. The first allied targeted by the navigator with a single target ability each turn gains the same amount of additional movement points at the start of their next turn. Creature in combat gains an extra turn. The navigator gains a stacking +5 bonus to willpower until the end of combat. Makes all resistance tests with their willpower as if it is higher than the base characteristic of such tests. If the navigator's willpower is higher than their toughness, the navigator's wounds are calculated according to their willpower. Dang. Enemies affected by the navigator's abilities suffer a stacking -10 penalty to the next resistance test from the navigator's power. The penalty is lost after such a test is made. The navigator's perception is higher than their agility. Their dodge is calculated using perception instead. What does that do for my dodge? It takes it up to 85. It's moved by the navigator's ability suffer 1 plus willpower bonus 2 to have 2 damage to the end of a movement. Damage is increased by +1 for every cell the enemy moves. It uses the navigator ability. Bell degradation is reduced by -1. Navigator heals 5 wounds at the beginning of every turn and gains +1 additional wound for every navigator talent taken. The healing increased by +1 for every creature killed in between the navigator's turn. Whenever the navigator uses the navigator power that has not been used as combat, navigator gains +2 perception until the end of combat. Remember, enemy fails resistance against navigator's power, attacks against them gain +20 +2 times perception bonus critical hit chance. The effect stacks but is reset by a critical hit. Navigator path powers deal +1 additional damage for every 5 bonus characteristic of the navigator's currently equipped staff. Cascading, infusing, and devastating countless characteristics for his talent. Until the end of combat, enemies damaged by the navigator suffer an additional +5 damage from all attacks of opportunity and cannot dodge them. On the effect of any navigator's power, enemies have their armor reduced by that much. Such reduction is increased by the devastating parameter of the navigator's staff, but does not stack. As our target by navigator's abilities gain +5 total resistance, has support effect by demon navigator's attacks every applied navigator ability. Navigator +5 fellowship, and additional +1 fellowship for every navigator talent, navigator power taken. As our targeted by navigator's power gain +10% armor. This additional armor is reduced by the amount of bell degradation to a minimum of +0, and increased by the infusing parameter of the currently equipped staff. That's really good. Alright, talents. Holy crap. Now use Shore Pact. Temporary wounds equal to 10% of their maximum wounds, plus resolve. Range of the officer's abilities increased by +3. The range of voice commands increased by +6. Whenever the officer uses an ability on an ally, the ally gains a bonus to their perception and ballistic skill equal to 4. These bonuses stack, but half of the stacks round up or lost at the end of the target's turn. Now the ability for the first time around, the ally the officer targeting an ally with an action, an ability, or an attack, that ally's resolve will increase by +1 until the end of the officer's next turn. This effect stacks and is prolonged until the end of the officer's next turn. Each time it stacks, it can be prolonged past the officer's next turn. So the resolve is increased by +3. An ally is affected by an officer's ability or talent, per runes, that ally's armor is increased by +10 for 1 round, does not stack. Allies not affect the officer's ability, gain bonus to weapon skill, 3 plus officer's fellowship bonus. Will deal +4 more damage on attacks of opportunity until start the next officer's next turn. For heroic acts used in combat by any character, officer's next attack costs 0 AP. Officer losing and bows. Choose an ability. Arrow of Authority. Resolved by 2. To the combat, the target is under effect of voice command. They will start the next turn with an additional action point. Personality immediately covers from burning, bleeding, toxin, and effect. Target's under the effect. Voice command, they also gain plus 2 times officers. Willpower bonus, temporary wounds. I'll ignore cover and will have double the effective distance of the targets under the effect of voice command. The stack will ignore enemies' dodge, additional damage for this for the attack. Not be reduced below 30 plus 3 times fellowship bonus for any reason. Get back in the fight, because that's a potential of 12 temporary wounds. Ooh, more of that. Say Glimpse of Fate, that's a really good buff. Yeah, let's go with that. Well, welcome to the party. The feast was left untouched. And now I'm going to revise bringing with essays, novels, and personal accounts from the trailblazers and explorers of the Fury. So what's with Abelard having a psionic spear through his chest? Oh, now I have a navigator. Captain Lady Navigator. Well, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first. Your heart starts beating furiously, your breath comes short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Victor's is shivering slightly, and the crew are glancing around puzzlement, searching for the source of the sudden wave of unease. Decided to not make use of the charm that could inhibit Cassiar Celio's power. What charm? Not even looking at the box, Master Cassio waves her away. First, I wish to speak with the rogue trader. Leave us. Of course, when you're ready for ritual, please let me know. She sweeps her pins of gaze over Vigis, then lowering her lashes slightly, turns to you. What did you wish to speak about? After a few seconds hesitation, Cassia lets out a small exhale and then raises her pointed chin. I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped, but you acted honorably. Cassia Zelia to depart Europe 5 of her own free will. You did not exploit me in my wretched position, and for that I am immeasurably grateful. But now I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rite. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red. I assume you have no time to indulge in painting. I ask some questions that answers to which you cannot comprehend. Perhaps I may explain it all to you at a later time, but now our time is too precious to waste. As navigator of House Orcelio, I give you my word that without canvas and paint, I have little hope of a smooth journey through the warp. I have no reason to lie. Why do you refuse red paint? It is my habit to use the blood of my attendants, so as to preserve my own. However, given the current circumstances, my own will serve even better. The blood of the Navis Noble is sacred, so it is more suitable for the communion ritual. More about what the ritual entails. Doubt the uninitiated could understand the mysteries of navigation, but I shall try to explain the essence of it. I must merge my mind and will with the machine spirit of the ship, so that I can become one with the vessel. Lifts a lock of her hair from the back of her neck, revealing gilded implant ports. After that, I use the House's daily ritual, which I am loath to reveal to you, to free my mind of all errant thought, and then it is time to open my third eye and peer in the depths of the warp itself. Among the nightmares, visions, mirages, and creatures of the abyss, only the light of the Emperor is the truth that will lead me from star to star, from system to system. Oh, the light, the guiding thread, so fine it can slip from one's grasp at any moment. Cassie unfurls her hand as though dropping something. But you have nothing to worry about. The navigator's house is there and never lose their course. I shall ensure that all the necessary supplies are delivered to the Sanctum Navis. Sia nods and thanks. I shall take my leave of you for the duration of the rite. I ask that you do not follow me, if you can survive the gaze of my warp eye when it is opened. Yep. How navigators be. Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor's light help us all. Box casted in Sanctum Navis picks up the susurration of cloths, pious chanting, and the metallic clinking of implants. And the serene voice of the Lady Navigator breaks silence. Initiating communion ritual. An exultant ring of metal freed from its scabbard, then the stifled grasp of the Lady Navigator. There was a mixture of liquid on canvas and the faint whisper of her breath. I see, a violet vortex is lashing and open with a million flails, and umber shadows spinning over the surface in a fiery dance, a storm rising above foaming waters. Armadas drowning in fog, the path from one end to another cannot be seen. Here beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother. The sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit. Of her? No, of me. Its frozen rays lie that spring in the air. Lies dead. The great ruler is gone. I recalls Cassia's words and accidentally snapped one of the cogitator's levers. Found beneath her fingers amid sparks, and the voxcaster falls silent. She quickly cuts mysterious stitches and bows guiltily. Hijack cars for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I've never heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. Connection is restored now, will not happen again. Leave the navigator undisturbed. Soul-shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. The servants in the second Navis are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain, their throats raw from the strain. And sudden silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies proclaims their fate. It appears the servants were part of the Lady Navigator's right, as it was for her predecessor. Arranged for the bodies to be moved from the same Navis after the ritual, or what was left of them. Rogue Trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the campus, dividing what should be whole in two. My sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around. My brush only draws me onward. The way is blocked. Here, heavy exhale. Rustling fabric and metallic clinking. The Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold, still grip did not allow me to breathe freely even for a second. It's as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. I retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send for me if you have need of me. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Spare me a few moments of your time, please. There are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I want to report the condition of the station, Europe 5. Regrettably, we arrived too late to evacuate the residents of the station. Warp disruptions affecting Europe 5 twisted the bodies and minds of its attendants. Encryption failed to affect Lady Cassia, thanked the Emperor. Navigators are trained to resist the Materium's pull. With your permission, I would also like to remind you that we are still looking for an Engineer Prime. Both the vessel and its machine spirits are in desperate need of oversight by an experienced tech priest. We're also missing some crew, and much more importantly, we have not yet located Henrik von Kalix, right-handed Lord Inquisitor. Now you know for sure he was not at Europe 5, so keep this in mind when making your future plans. Thank you, Fitches. This will be all for now. As it pleases you, Lord Captain. Yeah, get XP. Alright, well, it's Reka and Minoris. Captain, there's some commotion on the officer's deck. The lady never has left her quarters and is currently in the ward room, where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Perhaps you should find out what has brought Cassia to the deck. Hello.
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
Lady Nevergoes gruesome pursuing the dusty tones, which appear to have been neglected by the officers, as if they become cause of sloth or dullness of mind. When you walk closer, Cassia looks up at you, starts, and hides a weathered book behind her back. Pleases me to see you adjusting to life aboard the ship.
Compared to Urak 5, your ship is a boundless world of unfamiliar hues. And yet, the abundance of bright colors can at times be wearisome on the eyes. The bridge and the decks are so clamorous. In my search for a place of quiet, I was fortunate to come upon this islet of serenity filled with rare tomes and practically devoid of color.
The event that took place in Urak 5 must have shaken you greatly. Are you well?
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
Land the book in Cassia's hand. See, you're fond of reading.
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing.
Okay.
Urak 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course. Although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
You nearly brushed the dust off the cover with a thin clawed hand, your eyes filled with longing after reminiscing about her lost home. You satisfied with your new attendants?
Your servants are somewhat sluggish when it comes to attending a noblewoman of the Navis nobility, but they are quite tolerable. Thank you for your concern.
Cassia cringes ever so slightly, adjusts the adornment on her forehead, then awkwardly hides her clawed fingers in the folds of her cloth. The natural appearance of navigators often becomes a topic of gossip among lowly servants and officers alike. It's clear that you should not feel comfortable aboard a ship teeming with new people. I had a 135% chance of success. Are some of these even meant to be, like, failable? Like, a plus 90 difficulty modifier? Dude, you literally have to be, like, blind to fail that test. Otherwise, you've had ample time to calm yourself and your powers.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior in your question just now insulting.
Sorry.
Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying. You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I.
It's a long-winded way to say that I'm not a jerk.
I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
You have nothing to apologize for. Human emotions are natural, be they good or bad, and it is just natural to share them with others.
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urak 5. So why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here? At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls, and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but... my delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
I understand what you're going through. My own life was turned upside down not too long ago.
Indeed. I did not know. That is to say, I could not have known, as it is the first time we are speaking in a circumstance so... private. My word, when I found this place, it was so full of officers. Why did they all leave?
Perhaps some people do not wish to disturb you.
Or because my presence offends them. Then I must take my leave as well. I am due to inspect the Sanctum Navis after the communion ritual and prepare the chamber for the upcoming warp jump. Thank you for your company.
You're welcome. See, now I'm allowed to freely just run around the upper deck. Cool. Hey, this is from the intro. So one of the rooms we went through. So remember hacking like one of those terminals to open a door. Hmm. Alright, Jareka and Minoris. Or not. Ship makes its way through the star system and strange fatigue falls over you. Your eyelids grow heavy and the quill you have been using to draw up yet another order falls from your hand. Okay. Raise your head with a start. Someone else is in your study. You stand up and stare at the dozens upon dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among the number, you recognize the disfigured and bloody faces, those who died on the ship's bridge, and those you met in your previous life. How is this possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? As not, you alone against a horde of heretics risen from the darkness to take your life. Of his own card, the shard lying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnant of Conrad Voidover's weapon slips into your hand. Metal is searing cold. The dead sway from side to side, closing in around you in a nightmarishly slow advance. Stop. Do not wish for any of you to die. Then remain deaf to your words, creeping ever closer to the inevitability of death itself. You belatedly realize that your trembling hand found the shard with its razor's edge cuts into your hand palm. Invariably, bright light floods everything around, and you find yourself surrounded by groveling minions, bodies shivering in your mere presence. Your hands no longer hold a pivotal sword, but a majestic, intricate weapon. A skillfully crafted sword of a strange, unnerving proportions, a curved design and unusual hilt adorned with the image of a closed eye. Your eyes wide, revealing a gaze so ancient and dark that it steals your breath away. Yeah, I've felt this gaze before. There on the bridge, and the voice that appears in your mind only confirms your guess. The tapestry is woven, the path is chosen. Accept your fate, champion. Throw the demon blade away. Never. Body refuses to obey your mind. The handle feels as if it has become one with your hands, and the gaze of the demonic eye sits into your very soul ablaze. Your fate is futile. You scream as you feel your soul burn away to ash. You awaken from your vision kneeling next to your desk, clothes drenched in sweat and with a sour taste in your tongue. Your head is ringing and you struggle to recall those faces in the image of the sword in your hands. Only the deep cup on your palm and the bloody shard lying on the ground remind you of what just transpired. You would rather die than touch that thing again, as you reach shaking reaching a shaking hand for your vox and call for a servitor. Then you set to wait for the mindless automaton to arrive, pick up the cursed artifact, and head for the nearest airlock to be claimed by the void. Well, goodbye to the blade shard. Don't trust that crap. That crap bad. Around Giants is a vast region of space where you will travel between different star systems. Each system unique events can occur by steering the collection toward them, toward planets, to anomalies, and connect ships. Search the map in the entire coordinates, click on the bottom right corner of the map. Choose party members. Well, since I can have everyone, let's go. Those plays ain't doing too well. Starport greets you with the din of ordnance and the smell of explosives tickles your nostrils. It's difficult to tell through the smoke who is firing at whom. Halt, weapons on the ground, or I'm firing. A man in a torn and dirty uniform hobbles towards you from behind the chunks of rockcrete and crumbled plant steel. Cracked helmet is drawn with a crooked label that reads Sergeant Malgar. Right, so our skies are in lockdown. The rebels are shooting down at anything that flies, and you lot just happen to land in our rear without a scratch to show for it. Not a shuttle like that? Where'd you get it? Stolen from the palace, isn't it? Seriously, all by the spelling gold of your transport. Grab them, lads. We got ourselves a rebel landing force. The holy throne, what is this mess? They're in a rough spot, old man. Go easy on them. I'm road trader von Valencius. Give me a status report this instant. Make sure of all on terror, he snaps to attention, raises his freshly cut chin like an exemplary sorghum and barks. My mistake, sir. At once. The starport is under the control of the governor's wardens. Perimeter commander is Sergeant. Frag grenade explosion cuts off the rest of the sergeant's words. Shrapnel flies everywhere with a piercing screech. When the soldier falls to the ground, clutching the remains of his forearm that is now adorned with crimson and tatters. Blood is pouring out of his stump, and the soldier's agony is short-lived. The sergeant curses and hastily says an army prayer for the dead. With rasping cough, the sergeant turns back to you. Pardon me, sir. Sergeant Lassie Malgar reporting. My unit is holding the starport and the governor's orders. How may I serve? What is going on here? Unrest, sir. Armed rebellions in both the capital and the provinces. First lower levels sparked, then it went up the spires. They hit the box hubs, the arsenals, the mag train stations. Then Philip tore off his mask, precisely because he knew about the trouble on Riken Menoris. He knew that none of our allies would come to our aid. He lets out a sorrowful sigh. You may continue your report, peasant. My unit was here when it all went to the groves. Roxas. Tech priests linked to satellites reported sightings of strange void ships in the system. They were orbiting the star until one of them set course for landing on Riken Majoris. Governor took precautionary measures in order to increase security at the key facilities. Everyone knew that whenever something's not right, you better double the warning details. An alarm was raised. We were sent to secure the starport. It's the only reason we were able to hold it. We were late to arrive on Riken Menoris. Crushing us, the scumbags. It's been a whole turn since the last reinforcements came in. Running low on ammo, every other fighter is wounded. I don't know how bad it is in the streets, but they'll drive us out of here any minute. What caused this rebellion? Ill thought, sir. We've fallen on hard times. The ground keeps shaking, things keep exploding, the people are scared. They've forgotten all about their duty. And that's when those, Emperor forgive me, preachers came. They started riling everyone up. Sure enough, we shot a few, but they just kept coming, more and more of them. You're doing fine work, Malgar. So are your troops. It's people like you that hold the Imperium together. They live to serve. The sergeant's grand voice rings with a matter's pride. I'm going to see the governor. If I may pray it, sir, as long as rebels keep shooting their damned anti-aircraft battery, there's absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. It would have to be on foot, and the streets are dangerous. I have no one to send with you as an escort. I signed all available troops accompanying the steamed tech priest to the governor. I'll voxcast orders to them to wait for you, and I'll inform headquarters. They better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we will follow the governor's orders and hold the line here. Thera frowns as her gaze grows distant, as if she is looking through the sergeant. You're a good soldier, but you've got a lot of blood in your hands, both yours and others. You know, the same hand that salutes now might falter in darkness. Rank and epaulets won't save you from the bitterness. Pardon me, my lady, but I can't get my head around these fancy words you're saying. I've seen plenty of blood, but trust me, I'll fight to my last drop. What tech priest? A very important person from Deptus Mechanicus arrived on the last shuttle before they locked down the sky. He kept on asking whether anyone by the name of Amarant or something like that had recently arrived. Barely answered any of the questions, though said he was under no obligation to tell us anything. Demanded to talk to the governor personally, so I had to send a quarter of my troops with him to keep trouble at bay. Path ahead dangerous. What exactly awaits me there? Sergeant sighs heavily. All of our roadblocks are gone. The whole place is in the rebels' hands. The city is almost lost, so no help will come. We are surrounded by the rebels. And watch your steps, sir. The streets are chock full of mines. Blood test. This remark about mines lodge itself in your memory. More than anything, you'll need to watch the ground and not your surroundings. You'd rather risk a shot from a rebel or a jittery soldier than experience a few handfuls of lethal fragment while resting atop of some 300 grams of explosive pisoline. Good soldier, Malgar. See your heroism is noted. Sergeant blushed slightly. I live to serve. Another explosion interrupts Sergeant Ward's. With a sigh of relief, he turns to his soldiers and spits out a booming series of commands. Travels, you hear many rumors. Those of them that are deserving of the road trader's attention are logged in a separate section of the journal. Sometimes rumors are just that. Other times there's truth to them. In some cases, there may be even more. Verify a rumor, travel to the place indicated by the rumor's description. Traversing the Chronos Expanse as the rogue trader, you are bound to hear rumors regarding your own deeds and exploits. Some have to reflect the reaction of the Expanse's denizens to the choices you've made. Alright, so which way am I going?
I always keep my options open.
And viaduct for receiving some guesses buried in the rope.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Did you?
Be your
Cassie is an officer in your ship's navigator. She strikes foes with energies of the warp and supports the party by making her allies stronger. Voice commands an officer ability increases an ally's characteristics for 1 round. It also allows the officer to use their other fellowship officer archetypes around the ally from any distance. The higher the officer's fellowship bonuses, the more the target's characteristics increase. The officer can use voice command against the same ally only after 2 rounds have passed since its first application. Bring it down with an officer ability lets them immediately pass the turn to an ally. The ally does not gain any movement points for this extra turn, but they gain a number of action points to pay on the officer's fellowship bonus. Allies under the effective voice command destroys an enemy before the end of the officer's turn. They allow them to gain extra momentum with serious and unique damage. Sells all targets in a white cone in front of the navigator of warp injuries. Damage doubles based on the navigator's willpower bonus. All creature targets must pass the willpower resistance or become stunned. See that? They almost knocked us out of the air. Some bumbling idiot's going to regret that when he's dragged before the Lord Captain for questioning the trial. Alright. Got a lot of rebels, dang. Oh, that's right. Seize the initiative.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Let's get to it. Out of my way.
Wow. People really should stop doing burst attacks because they seem to only hit their allies.
This battlefield in righteous fury. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Show me what you've got.
Follow my lead.
Let's get to it.
Pain cleanses the body.
Will do. Was that you? Or... Will do. Bang.
Scared yet?
To hit any other target, but this creature are reduced by 20.
Show me what maggot.
My face shields me.
On it. You never stood a chance.
Oh, I forgot. This is now laser. This is now las, so it doesn't shoot through.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? I am a navigator, not a servitor.
I will do my duty.
Once again, only hits allies.
At your back, one fewer target. Victory is imminent.
Ow.
Doubt is for the weak. This is unacceptable.
Enraged crowd applies raging woe as a level equivalent to a quarter time amount of all rebels in the fight. I'm using weapon skill and ballistic skill by +1 as well as damage by +1 for every level of raging woe and their allies. Oh crap.
I'll do it.
High momentum.
My faith, strength and will.
Oh, hello Emma. Doing alright. Game's going well. I zap these idiots. Nope.
Anything else?
Yeah, it is a cool game. And, yeah, those people are out of line of sight. Oh, I just now noticed those idiots over there that I could have actually targeted.
Let's get to it.
Pain and duty
Ow.
go hand in hand.
Scared yet? Time to slaughter someone.
My ears are ringing.
Once again, they killed their own allies.
Another enemy down.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
He's just barely stepped out of reach.
Will do.
Just a minor setback.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! Guided by faith!
It's definitely good, especially if you enjoy tactical games and the Warhammer 40k universe. So far, it's been good. I'm still also in the early introduction stages.
I know what is to come. I'm not so sure.
I mean, no line of sight. Ugh.
Anything else?
Show me what you got.
It's nothing.
I'm ready for whatever comes.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
Wait, is this no longer count as cover?
If only that were possible. If I may?
Wow, they just skipped their turn. They didn't bother to take a shot. Yeah, the graphics have been very good.
Let's make it quick.
It will be done.
I will not. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Weapon at the ready.
Is that guy just not going to do anything?
They who discern the future on the battlefield.
Zap time.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Alright, what all did I get from loot? Scrappy las guns, shock batons, armored body glove from someone. Yeah.
Keep your wits about you.
Or Imperium.
Success is the
Right on the
only
side of the shuttle,
outcome
and
I
pilots
accept.
slowly sling are the words "Do not touch shipment of tests to the plus Lord." Winter scale. Perhaps there's something worth your attention in this shuttle. Increase the range of officer archetype abilities by 1 cell. Okay. Plus, how do you know coming closer and I don't shoot you? What's this guy up to? Gain true vision. Renounce false sight. All will be revealed. Argenta just shoots the guy. What other games do I play? Kind of all over the place. I stream 4 times a week, and each day is a different game. My current schedule is Monday I play Horizon Forbidden West. Wednesday I do Crosscode. Thursday is this Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. And Sunday is Monster Hunter Rise. But I play all different types of games. Stuff that catches my interest, things that are different categories and stuff. Young, shaggy-haired soldiers to pale, nonetheless, as you approach his host, feels a hallmark of good discipline. Gives you a somewhat frightened but genuine smile. Thank you, my lord. You arrived in the nick of time. Don't know what those battling creeps wanted me, but definitely wasn't good. Who are you? Lucky Jasper, the governor's aide and personal Valk operator. I was dispatched to Starport in special orders. Being proclaimed desperately trying to tame his tousled hair. My favorite game so far? I really don't know. There's so many. There's a lot of games I like, and for a lot of different reasons, it's kind of hard to pick a favorite. What exactly were you doing here on your own? Following Governor of Medina's special instructions. Namely, you could see the pain's expression from his. Alright, it's a secret assignment. I can't talk about it. Rogue Trader, when I simply order you to tell me everything. It's well within my rights. Rogue trader. Casting a quick glance over your gear, he nods in understanding. Oh, so he must be from House Fallen to see his ship. Starport's auger surveillance station reported that it had detected your ship entering the system. Then you heaved to. Sent a shuttle to another unidentified ship, a very strange one at that. Then that ship departed. Wait, what? You're from a House Fallen ship. Starport's auger surveillance station reported that it had detected your ship entering the system. Then you heaved to, sent a shuttle to another unidentified ship, a very strange one at that, and then that ship departed. I don't remember. Oh, ship. Just pause for a second, moments. But the Argus surveillance station reports are not to be disclosed to third parties. But you know that already, don't you? Well, all right. If you really are Rogue Trader, I'll tell you everything. Why did they send you to the starport? Supposed to deliver updated box codes, and how should I pit it? Access the situation. Plans are a real mess at the moment. The rebels. How many hours do I stream? About 4 hours per stream, give or take. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Depends on how the game's going, the current state of the story, and if I have anything else going on. But generally, I try to do around 4 hours. So, rebels have found their way into Voxen, and now you've dropped in this made proper communication possible. Yeah, I have a Discord. It should be at the Twitch. It should be linked somewhere on the about page or whatever. Should be linked somewhere on Twitch. The hollowed electrodynamic Zenobia has sent out a distress call before it went dark. And who even knows what's happening? This has been a riot on Rakati Philia, the prison planetoid. Here at Clyde Station is silent, although the navigators there have always been a reclusive bunch. I was hoping I'd be lucky enough to run into a pilot or the captain here. Give me an update. It's hardly a possibility right now. The rebels are blasting anything that tries to land out of the sky with their damn cannon. But stop talking a little too abruptly. Brutally made him. You know, I think I'll punch you for disclosing those information after all. Wow. What a brutal thing. Something else you're hiding from me, isn't there? More classified secrets? Nothing classified, just personal. There's another reason why I'm here. My betrothed is missing. Raquel Vicari, the esteemed Avenged Scale's personal pilot. When the riots reports came from Rakati Pi, Lord Ebenane headed there personally. Then this rebellion started down here and we lost communication. No one knows how they're doing up there. Oh yeah, her. I met her. She's good. You know what I'm afraid of? That they'll come back and those rebel scumbags will shoot them out of the sky. I wanted to find a place that's high up, set up a Voxcaster there and send them a transmission. The sky is closed off, don't try to land. But I didn't want to make it in time. These blind dogs chased after me and as I was running. Tripped and broke the caster, he said sadly. I worry for her. She's an excellent pilot, but still I worry. Vlad shakes his head disapprovingly, but his eyes are unstanding. That's why all members of a Voidship clan share the same employment. No matter how devoted serving the Emperor is to their duty, there's always the danger that family ties may disrupt regulations and order. Worry not, for your Raquel is safe. I met her in Rakati Philia. Thank you for the offer, but I don't really have money for commissions at the moment. But I'll keep that in mind. Right out for your Raquel safe. I met her in Philia. Really, that's marvelous. May the Emperor protect you for 1,000 years and 1,000 more for bringing me such good news. Beams an elation. I'll name my firstborn after you, I swear. In fact, I'll name all my children after you. Do you think the governor can handle the rebellion? Mr. mumbles evasively. Well, obviously, I'm not some pessimist to say otherwise. I won't tell anyone. Really won't? Well then, if you ask me, things are pretty rotten. Words came flying at the spray of stubber fire. The rebels are strange. We would have easily quelled a normal riot. We're not commoners. Not some commoners. We're Recadians. Naval elite in the House Winterscale. Those people are vicious. They know no fear. And their attacks, they're so precise. It's like they know what's going to happen ahead of time. The man executed 7 officers on suspicion of espionage, but it's not about spying. They say the leader of the rebels is some two-faced Aurora who can see into the future. And she is real danger. Oh, Aurora. Heard that name before. Of the prison place. She can see in the future, is that right? See about that? She's up against the wrong sector. My breezy whispers may be vague, but they've not failed me once. I can tell you without asking my Thero friends that her future doesn't look too bright now the Lord Captain's involved. Looking for an interrogator of the Inquisition. He may have arrived on this planet. Have you heard of anyone matching that description? Quickly turns gray as he says, I have, but I don't know where he is now. I'm sorry, but I don't like discussing the affairs of the Inquisition. I have no more questions. My pleasure to be of service to you, my lord. It's been really nice to chat to someone normal. Glasses warily at the body of the nearest blinded lunatic. Must take my leave. You're right, we shouldn't stay here or we might run into rebels. I'll go find a safe place to watch the sky for any landing shells. May the Emperor protect you, my lord.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Eyes, my eyes, have you got them? Please give them back to me. You just won.
I always have a backup plan. I always keep my options
Oh, I forgot,
open.
I leveled up. New talent. And a cat common talent. It's like a very surefire plan, and try to remember to use it. Credit skill. Guess Karuz. Okay, let's put down that because it was technically by every enemy as combat. Driving speed. Let's increase the charge distance. Next. Let's increase your cover efficiency. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. That gives plus 20 because it's no longer affecting that. Now it's upper demolition. Let's increase the range of this stuff so it can be more spread out.
I guide humanity.
I'll make an example out of you!
Crush them!
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Hold on!
Stop mocking me.
Follow my lead. At your beck and call.
Let's get to it.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Scared yet? I'm here, slaughter someone.
Got a commander over here.
It's as good as done. I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen.
Let's get to it.
Good shot, mate. You completely killed 2 of your allies.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. That is foolishness. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Who, if not me? I'll see to it personally.
Dead. She should be able to reach that cover by running
Rejoice in
gun.
battle! I'll do it.
Or not. Whatever.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Eradicate it.
Show me what you've got.
Go on, Abelard! Harry!
Here we
Get
go.
to it. Was that you? Or... Will do. But of course.
Hold on. Not my worst day. Oh, yet. It will be done.
Scared yet?
It's as good as done. Your end was inevitable. On it. You should feel honored to witness this.
Correct. Crap, Abelard's down.
Hold that.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'm afraid not. Be careful not to cross my gaze.
I'll make it happen.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury! Doubt is for the weak.
Cover me! On it!
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
Strategy's pissed off with the fact that I can't see the guy.
If I may. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! As the Emperor commands, I act. You, my Emperor!
Nice.
Let us not dawdle.
So many people. Skirmisher boots. When the wearer deals damage to an enemy, the wearer has a 25% chance to gain 2 MP. Oh.
see that.
Pay attention. Duty prevails.
Is there money to be made?
Large medikit. 3 medikits. I like medikits. Good for your bones. So what's in here? Caustic smoke. Really was produced units to fall into the hands of the heretics.
That's how it's done.
Deathfold origin light flak armor. Base armor property plus 10% parry chance against melee attacks, while property plus 5 agility. Only for from Deathfold though. That doesn't work for any of my characters though. I mean, I'll take it regardless, but
Always keep your eye on the price.
I was placed in a great hurry, but the tech knight never had a chance to activate it. Ooh.
See, right there. Never doubt me. The Emperor favors me today.
An insurgents walked in a crowd right across the mine barriers, seemingly oblivious to the fear of death.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Change is coming. The edge is nigh.
The blinded ones are harmless. No sense in shooting them and drawing attention.
Fire on the nearest target! Don't kill the tech priest! We need to take him alive!
Find it, and let their enemies wait not
You do it! Fall back!
May knowledge be thy fate. Let the cycle be discontinued.
Hello? Pascal. Man dressed in crimson should have not survived an explosion like that. However, he's alive. You hear the wheezing of the respirator that covers half his face.
Not another step.
Trill comes in the folds of the partially smoldering crimson raiment. It's Benharic speech. The sacred language is adapted as mechanicus. Benharic hymn transforms into a Spock synthesized voice that sounds like thunder rolling over a vast plain.
Flee, for I am death.
His gaunt hand rises to stop you, and immediately your voice howls in pain and your machine spirits start crackling. Tech Priest's blazing power axe disgorges a cloud of righteous sparks, and his visor grows menacingly in blue and green.
By the throne! What is that servant of the Omnissiah made of? Adamantine? Ugh, blasted!
His ocular plant is racked with a wave of interference. I'm Rogue Trader, the last one. Valentius, I mean you no ill.
I identify you as a member of a high stratum belonging to Rogue Trader House von Valancius. I am detecting no need for confrontation.
All right.
The convoy received an order to meet you. It is no longer functional. Therefore, I propose that we continue to advance to the rendezvous point with the governor's soldiers.
The priest stares resolutely forward, his mcdendrite tentacles rising gracefully around his hunched figure, which is illuminated by the flames of the smoldering remains of the machine. Who are you?
I identify as Magos Pascal Haneman of the priesthood of Mars. By the grace of the Omnissiah, I am currently assigned to the maintenance personnel of the station Altar Templum Calixis X-17.
Altar Templum Calixis. I have heard the name before. The station appears on House Orcelio's star charts in the Furibundus system, not far from the void colony of Footfall. You have traveled a long way to come here, esteemed Magos.
Well, the explode machine. How did you manage to kill off a slew of people and blow up a shaken machine without even laying a finger on it?
This was my doing.
Tech Priest turns around and stares aghast at the burning remains as if he had nothing to do with what just happened. Vox produces a mournful prayer.
The voices are being weird about him. They're saying garbled, conflicting things. Like they're talking about completely different people. But he's not a threat to you. Even if that's a bit hard to believe after all their fireworks.
Don't even know how you caused such an explosion?
The Omnissiah granted me a revelation. The spirit of this machine was dying, but it wished to perform a service, for such was its design. I sensed this and appealed to it. I do not know how I did it. I merely followed my intuition. The understanding granted by the Omnissiah was not permanent. It has left me.
Why do you wish to see the governor?
I came here to carry out a sacred mission. My mentor, Archmagus Amonat, summoned me, and I hastened to answer his call. But the rabble's unrest prevented our meeting, and I was on my way to Governor Medina to determine my mentor's current location.
Alright.
My escort was ordered by their commander to discontinue their movement and await to be merged with your group. Then, due to their incompetence, they let themselves be killed. It was an unacceptable complication to my task.
Tech Priest's voice carried any compassion for the dead, and the dry words and crackle from his Vox system did not convey a shred of it. So quite devoted to your mentor to be willing to wade into this mess for him.
Cessation of vital functions is an unavoidable phenomenon, and therefore an insignificant one. The doctrine of worship repudiates the fear of death.
Lorraine gather around Tech Priest's exposed eyes as if he is smiling underneath his respirator mask.
With my mentor's words, the Omnissiah gives me the algorithm for redemption and triumph in service. I will be redeemed, and I will triumph.
I invite you to join my retinue.
Acknowledged. Predicting successful and mutually beneficial cooperation.
Alright. I got Pascal with me. From Forge Wolf, Tech Priest. Another operative. Go for intelligence. Help you with being a tech priest. Very dogmatic. Current armor, medium. Wearing this armor will dodge this object divided by 10% for armor. 2 times reject the flesh ranked tech use. Go against plus 4 MP in the first round of combat. If successful melee attack grants plus skill plus the next round. I love how this is specific for Pascal. Pascal gains plus 3 times in bonus ballistic skill and plus 10 times, plus 2 times in bonus dodge reduction with plasma melted weapon range attacks. Yeah. What's your current weapons? Side axe, power axe, and a las gun. I have the wrong thing equipped on you. Because melee attacks apply the Machine Spirit Communion effect on all. Machine Spirit Communion effect on all attacked enemies. Whatever that means. Pascal's attacks on effective expose weakness ability to gain bonuses against enemies on the effect of Machine Spirit Communion, as if those enemies have 2 more stacks to exploit. When Pascal uses plasma metal weapons the first time in a round, he gains plus 1 AP. Applies 1 stack of exploit on all affected enemies. Manipulative Dendrite attack enemies in close combat, pushing them in up to 2 cells away and dealing weapon skill. Skill plus int bonus damage. This attack has 5 times tech priest perception bonus. The priest can use a Dendrite to restore the wounds of an ally once per combat. I can gain 6 plus Medicaid divided by 5. So 15. Pascal uses plasma metal weapons. His damage of these weapons increases by plus 2 times int bonus stacks. If Pascal does not shoot for 1 round, he loses all stack. The dodge reduction and parry reduction with melee weapons. If enemy dodge or parries his attack, the bonus is doubled for the next melee attack against his enemy. Actually seems pretty good. An additional service skill. Connect directly to tech systems. Increase their perception by 10. Pascal's effects of his melee attack still an additional damage. Equipped with all kinds of tools to communicate with machine spirits. Increase attack using simulations by 10. take instant exposure for you. Oh, joy analysis. All right.
Keep your wits about you.
We just noticed the time. Gonna be in the stream here. Normally I would stream for a little bit longer, but I have something going on. So I don't want to get caught up in something and go too long. So that's gonna be it for stream today. And unfortunately it has to end in the middle of something and stuff at the end, but whatever. Not too into anything. Ooh, a chest. Yeah, that's gonna be it for stream today though. Finally have a full team. Oh, Pascal doesn't actually have that much health. Why is his health so low? Why is his toughness so low?
Figuratively speaking, my cardiovascular augmentation can withstand much more than high blood pressure.
Good to know. His toughness is actually rather low for tech priest. Generally you want high toughness because that's what augments are based around. Though, I guess this also behaves differently. Because the augments are talent based. Anywho, he has low HP. Hopefully this will be fine. Anywho, that's gonna be it for our stream today. What do you plan to save game? Nice. I do plan to continue this come next Thursday. My next stream will be Sunday with Monster Hunter Rise. And yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for today. Where's my character? There he is. Yeah. Those weird goggles. Yeah, but that's gonna be it for today. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good time whatever time zone you're in, and yeah. Bye for now.